Great. Now, I'm going to give you just an insightful comment here, followed by an insightful question, which I'm going to invite you to unmute yourself and have this conversation in a group. Okay. So the insightful comment is that in a hierarchical organization, right, one which has that typical pattern of people reporting to people, reporting to people, reporting to people, with one person at the top, the CEO, the organization can really only be as evolved as its leader. So if you have a red leader, you're going to have a mostly red organization. You might have some pockets of orange, green, even teal, but you're going to have a mostly red organization. So if you are in an orange organization, that means you have mostly orange leaders. And if you're trying to evolve into a green organization, that means that these orange leaders have to evolve into a green organization. So leadership means that they're trying to evolve faster than the organization and become green leaders. And so here's the question for you. Are leaders growing faster than the organization? So that's the discussion question. So I'm just going to stop sharing here. I'm going to invite you to unmute, and I'm going to invite you to have that conversation amongst yourselves. So are leaders in your organization evolving their leadership style and evolving their personal ability to lead culture faster than the organization itself? Go ahead and have that discussion.
I could throw something out there to start that just to kind of hopefully get things going. For where I work, I think there's a lot of talk that there's a lot of leaders that believe they do, and then they talk about changing things, but I don't think necessarily actions often support what the direction is that they might discuss that they want to go. It comes much more slowly than they're willing to talk about it.
Yeah, I find the same thing. Also, I think they're hampered by the fact they will behave as their direct boss wants them to behave, who will behave as their direct boss wants them to behave. So it's sort of a very pyramid structure, which kind of constrains people from developing and growing, because then the budget comes into play as well.
So that's interesting. So I work for a large organization, and I think from what I've noticed, the people at the very top tend to be more green, blue, right? And then folks a little bit lower on the pyramid, maybe it's because they're concerned more with day-to-day operating the business. They tend to be more, I would say orange, what is it, orange, blue? I don't know if that's because of the concerns of operating the business or because those more inclusive kind of visionary leaders have risen to the top. I'm not sure.
Yeah, for me, I'm still trying to figure things out. I actually just started at the company like 4 or 5 days ago, but it definitely feels like a red organization. And I'm not really sure if the CEO is open to change or evolving the culture, but I guess I'll find out in the upcoming weeks and months.
Hi, so my name is Ed Rowand, and I just want to say that I kind of agree with the guy right before the last guy. Our top leadership seemed to kind of get it. The middle management, not so much. But the other thing I've seen too is even as they start to try to transform, if there's any really severe external pressures, that they tend to revert to what they know and kind of downshift back into well, those uglier colors.
I wonder if the challenge is because people are afraid to report. I'm not going to say failure, but things to learn. This one didn't get quite right. We're adjusting to self-correct. People are too keen to muddy the way they report upwards with fluffy, lovely sounding words, which hides the true facts sometimes.
Hi, Peter here from the Netherlands. I think it's a good question. I think our management, our leader, he is indeed willing to go faster than the organization, but he's also dealing with the people below him and getting stuck getting trapped in the actual mindset, cultural mindset, I should say. And it's not that easy to move. You're dealing with a lot of operational managers. They love Excel, and if you're talking Agile, that's a very difficult topic.
Thinking more about this, in my large organization, one of the ways that you get noticed and move up is by kind of building an area or taking over an area and growing it, which I guess is what, like the kind of orange red, right? It's about the power and growing the profitability of that area. But then once you get towards the very top, it's more about kind of bringing everybody underneath you into the fold in order to move people.